Welcome back to Team Peaches Dog Training and Education. My name is John Pam, and I'm the trainer and educator here at Team Peaches. And I just want to say, so good to have you here. Today, I would like to talk a little bit about an experience that I had yesterday. I went to see a new client. The client is 80 years old, but very youthful and vibrant, as myself. And she also had her sister with her. I went to their home and I met their 8-month-old German Shepherd and a Pomeranian that they have. And the dogs were like crazy, out of control. The barking and running around, it was pretty insane. And anyway, I was trying to talk to this new, the possibility of having a new client. Was explaining to her and her sister what all I do and how I go about things and such. And it was very hard to hear over the cacophony of the noise these two dogs were making. It was just insane. And it was clear that these lovely ladies had no idea what to do. So I got up in an effort to go down and get my e-collar so I could show them more about the collars and such. And as I was walking away, this happened. Well, what is this, you might ask? I was wearing a new pair of jeans, and the Pomeranian ran up behind me and bit me through my jeans. As you can see, this is not funny. This is not amusing. Small dogs are not trained. If they were bigger, they often would be put down due to bites, bad temperament, being simply dangerous. So I'm going to try to make this video rather short, which is going to be a miracle within itself if that happens. So anyway, I went ahead and I did a very firm verbal correction with these two dogs. I mean, I raised my voice, dropped my voice down several registers, and the interesting thing was they listened. They stopped what they were doing, and there were no more attacks. I went outside and to my Jeep. All 7 of my guys were in the Jeep at the time. Of course, there was no noise coming from the Jeep. Everybody was quiet, doing really well. I removed the e-collar from one of my dogs and grabbed the remote, came back upstairs, and as soon as the dogs saw me, they started barking again. Once again, I did the verbal correction, and then everything was quiet. It was peaceful from that point on for the remaining time that I was with this new client. And she was very cool. She says, well, can I pick up the Pomeranian now? That was one she was referring to. Can I pick up my dog now? I said, no, leave the dog alone. So I also had brought in my training lead, 3-foot training lead. And one of the issues that she was bringing to me was that the German Shepherd was dragging her all over the place. So I tightened up, I readjusted the the flat collar the dog was wearing, so it was properly fitted. And I took the short lead, which is my training lead, and I showed the client some techniques regarding stepping, how to hold the lead properly, and explained to her that whatever you're feeling, and I'm going to tell you this too, whatever you're feeling, your emotional state and your mental state is transmitted in the way that you hold the lead, and the dog will respond accordingly. So what we did was I showed her some techniques. I explained to her what she was doing wrong with her dog. And this was during the free consultation. I'll explain that to you in a few moments. But anyway, I went ahead and she was just like really taken aback. Not in a bad way. She seemed very surprised. Within just a very few minutes, I had this dog walking quietly next to me, following my instructions, and such. And there was the first she started out fighting. She fought so hard, she slipped out of her collar. The dog, a German Shepherd. And forgive me, I don't recall the name of the dog. And I'm not even sure if I remembered to ask, but because there was just so much noise going on from the barking. Anyway, so the dog had quieted down. The German Shepherd did, and I asked the owner to please, just hand me the collar. I readjusted the collar so it was nice and snug where it should be. One finger under the collar in this case. and we put the collar back on. I put the lead on, and I took her through the various steps on how to walk quietly with this dog, including the technique that I personally use, which is you step off with the foot furthest from the dog. If you step off with the foot closest to your dog, dogs are predatory animals. They have a very wide peripheral vision. That means, like for humans, we can see about this far, but for dogs, it goes back further. When they're looking straight ahead, it's just the way their eye arrangement is. Because they're predators and they need to be highly sensitive to any movement for prey. So anyway, I explained that to the owner, and she paid very close attention to what I was saying. And I demonstrated, which I always do. I always demonstrate to the owner what I'm explaining to them, and then we do a hands-on session, so that way the owner really understands and has control over a situation, and the dogs quickly learn to respect. Anyway, so we did this and such, and then I got ready to leave. And as I was getting ready to leave, both ladies told me they want me back as soon as possible, and that's always a good feeling. Now I gone through all my career so far, never being bit. Absolutely not. That noise is my chickens outside laying eggs, so forgive the interruption. If a dog trainer comes to you and says that they have been working decades or whatever it might be, and they've never been once bit or growled at by a dog, run. Because in this business, getting nipped or bit happens, especially when you're brand new. Sometimes we don't read a signal. We don't catch it fast enough, and we get bit. This is why a lot of trainers with aggressive dogs, which I do myself, very aggressive dogs, on goes that muzzle. Getting bit is no fun. But unfortunately, it's also part of the business. Just as if you are a cook, getting burned now and then or getting your fingers cut occasionally as part of, it's just the way the job goes. It happens. And so it's not about necessarily being a bad trainer by any means, but like I said, sometimes you just don't quite get that signal. You don't catch that little movement of the eye or whatever it was. May have been when the dog is getting ready to let loose on you. And that is what basically happened to me when I got nipped. I turned and I got up. I should have seen it, but the dog was well under the table, so I wasn't able to read the dog's signal, and I walked away. I walked about 5 paces, and she nailed me. And this is, as you can see, is a pretty good bite. This is a Pomeranian with a mouth about this so big. She did that through my genes. So you can see she was serious about biting me. Okay? But all of that changed when I did the correction. I wish you could have seen it. Some of you may not approve, but hopefully the next time I see this new client, she will okay me videoing our session and such. So I'm hoping so that will work. Regarding my clients, I have to ask their permission, of course, to video them and allow these videos to be posted here on YouTube. I always have their permission. I would never ever divulge any personal information unless, of course, the client is willing to talk about it. And of course, then they would do it themselves. I would not be doing that. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it was, I just wanted to say that sometimes even trainers get bit. And I have been doing this, as you know, for a very long time. And in case you don't already know, my name is Jean Pam, and I've been training dogs since 1969. I have a huge variety of dogs, and it happens, I've never been bit by one of my own dogs, but occasionally a client's dog will get me, and it's just the way it is. Now, Jazz, before she became my dog, she nipped me too, but it happens. And you just get up, clean yourself up, and keep moving on. You don't start telling a client we're going to sue you or anything like that. That's ridiculous. It's just part of the job. It happens. Just like you get a dog jump up on you, or a dog may scratch you, or it happens. They sometimes get loose, and you may find yourself being dragged all over the place. if there's a big dog, it happens. It's all part of the job, folks. So anyway, I just wanted to put that out there today. I'm hoping that I will be able to do a conversation piece with these two lovely ladies and and have you get introduced to them. I have a lot of clients. Some of them are okay with being on YouTube and others are not. So, thanks so much for watching today. I know this wasn't a particularly interesting, possibly interesting video, but I just like to keep you all updated on what we're doing and how we're doing things and such. So until the next time, thanks so much for watching. And as always, if you like what I'm doing or if you're interested, please take a minute and give me a like. As I'm just starting here on YouTube. It's a long process. It takes a lot of time to build up an audience. And your support is very much appreciated. And all you have to do is hit that like button. That's all you got to do. And maybe hit the follow button. And we can be good friends. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye now.